Yes, y'all YouTube, welcome back to the channel with more Gran Turismo 7. Now guys, this is the perfect way on how to tune the INTEGRA Type R, whether it's a 95 or a 98, but the 95 is known as a 96 spec. So this is a perfect suspension setup for the Honda INTEGRA Type R DC2 from 98. So if you want to pause that, guys, that is the best track suspension setup for this car, and basically this video is just to demonstrate how to build the engine for like a VTEC engine where you need it to be revving into the high RPM constantly. So ignore bar up and ignore stroke up. I've not put them on these tunes, so I've got this INTEGRA DC2 Type R, and then I've got an EK9 Type R tuned for the KK route tuners. Now both these builds, I've took a lot of time tuning them. I've tried to stay away from the aerodynamics and focus on the suspension setup and the alignment to get the handling of the car perfect. So I believe this is the most perfect suspension setup. Also, I've been playing around with the low RPM and medium RPM turbo for the VTEC engine, which one will pull better. As with the INTEGRA Type R, you do not have a high RPM turbo. Hopefully, maybe in the future with some future updates for Gran Turismo 7, we will get a high RPM turbo for the INTEGRA Type R, so keep your fingers crossed for that. But this is the best way to tune front wheel drive VTEC engines in Gran Turismo 7. So I've kept this car at 207 brake literally because I've been using the power restrictor to bring the curve closer, and also the ECU output adjustment to bring the actual power curve closer, so to bring that lower down in the RPM range. Now every engine mod that we've put onto the car, we've specifically chosen them to benefit the high RPM pull of the VTEC engine. The reason this car's got a low RPM turbo on is where I feel the B18 engine in the INTEGRA Type R does kind of lack power is in the low RPM range, so the low RPM turbo is to make up for that. And with all these parts and all this tuning setup, you do need the gear ratio. So here's the gear ratio for this build. Now by all means guys, if you want, don't run this car at 207 brake. I literally run this for the PP 550 Clubman on the Tokyo Expressway, just so it's a bit challenging for myself, and also so I could dial in the suspension settings and the alignment settings of the car. And again guys, it does run 7 minutes 28, and I will show you the final lap of the Clubman Cup 550 at the Tokyo Expressway, south counterclockwise. So this is the best way to tune the suspension setup for a Honda INTEGRA Type R DC2 95 or 98 in Gran Turismo 7. It's the most perfect suspension setup. Gear ratio setup as well. I believe that this is the most perfect gear ratio setup for the INTEGRA Type R to get it to pull. Now if you've seen at the beginning of the video, the RPM is saying its max power is at 9.2, but this build and the EK9 video that I've got uploading straight after, they both redline at 10,000 RPM, and you do need to drive the car to the redline but change up before it bounces back. You have to drive the VTEC engines really hard to get the most out of them. And again guys, I'm running this car very underpowered just so I could tune the suspension perfectly, and again with the gear ratios as well. By all means, turn the ECU up to full, turn the power restrictor up to full so it's not restricting any of the power. The tune itself works whether you run it at 207 bhp or you run it maxed out. I wouldn't change to a medium RPM turbo for the INTEGRA Type R. I think the low RPM turbo, and then building the engine correctly to aim for that 10,000 RPM red line. So if you're enjoying the videos guys, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below on what you think to the Teggy build, what you think to the actual gear ratio setup. It would be nice if you could put a 6-speed sequential or even a fully customizable manual transmission in the Teggy, as we do only have 5 gears with some of the older JDM cars in Gran Turismo 7. So stay tuned for more Gran Turismo 7 tuning guide videos uploading as we speak. Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon to get notifications on all the new videos as soon as hit the channel. If you've got any questions regarding this build or this tune, or any questions regarding any sort of tuning help, tips or advice for Gran Turismo 7, I do respond back to every comment, so please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I've read it. So I think I'll leave you with the rest of this battle between the GR Supra, which by the way is well over 200 brake. And until the next video guys, happy racing, stay safe, peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.